This is UFC fighter Jack Della Maddalena's head coach, Ben Vickers, and this is what he had to say about UFC fighter Ian Garry.
He can say whatever he wants, but you know, when he's next to Jack, when he's spoken to Jack, he's nothing but nice. He has none of this stuff to say. He tried to get their kids to do a face-off photo once, which was f***ing weird.
I honestly believe Ian Garry should not have custody of a child. I'm not simply saying that because of his weird need to insert his family life, child included, into his work life. I mean, trying to get his child to face off with one of his peers' children, extremely weird. But also, we have to talk about it, his disgusting exploitation of his child's body. Now, for obvious reasons, I won't be showing any media of this, but if you think I'm lying, one scroll through Ian Garry's Instagram will tell you I'm not, sadly. Now, Ian Garry, he's very publicly posted his child nude multiple times, which by itself you might think, although weird and strange, it's still okay. I mean, it's a parent posting their toddler's butt at most, right? Well, no. Let me tell you about this, and I imagine I'm not the only one who will remember this if you've been following Ian Garry's Instagram for a while, because I follow a lot of MMA fighters, right? I follow Conor McGregor, I follow Khabib, Robert Whittaker, Quinn Salkield, and so on. One of those fighters I followed was Ian Garry, and I say followed because I unfollowed the second this shit appeared on my timeline. So, what did I get on my Instagram page when I opened the app? A video of his son dancing, spinning in circles, butt-ass naked. Privates out on the screen, jiggling about. I literally screamed. I screamed. I'm not even joking, I fucking screamed. I thought someone had posted the old Carlos Prates on Instagram. This video was so bad, Ian Garry's comments were filled with people telling him to delete that shit. Even more so than his other posts that's still up. Now, am I saying Ian Garry is a pedophile? No, I don't think so. And I hope not. I'm just saying that posting multiple posts of your son fully naked to an account that has millions of followers, I mean, that's just a severe oversight, and you're just endangering your child. You're just exposing him to strangers. Imagine how many freaks out there would have screenshotted or downloaded that video you posted before you eventually deleted it. Imagine how many are currently doing it to the multiple posts of your child naked that are still up on your page. Maybe you think I'm reaching and you'll argue that it's normal for people to post their kids messing about naked, but in my opinion, I think it's weird. I think it's especially weird when you post this not on a private account, but on a public account with millions of followers as a known figure who is often hated on. I mean, in fact, you could argue that under Ireland's child sexual exploitation and abuse legalization laws, Ian Garry might have actually committed a crime. And it's not just his own son who's been exploited. If you're not in the know, Ian Garry and his wife, they live with Ian Garry's wife's ex-husband and their son. Yes, his personal nutritionist is his wife's ex-husband, and they live together with their children.
As it pertains to your stepson's father, your wife's ex-husband, he is a highly regarded nutritionist. That was part of your intention, including him in your camp, and it was so that he could be more involved in his son's life while you're traveling the world with the family.
Yes, and I will just give another different insights, but all of that is correct. So the main reason behind my wife's ex-husband was he's an elite performance nutritionist, and he's very fucking good at what he does, right? To the point at which we've done every single weight cut for the UFC, and they've been easier and easier and easier every single time. We've worked phenomenally together, and I'm very proud of the work we've done. Now, in that same regard, he is a professional in one regard. He's also the father of my wife's son. The father of my wife's son. The father of my wife's son.
With this strange living situation in mind, Ian Garry and Layla posted this video of them in the pool. Yes, they posted this where they're shaking their asses for a man recording, who I can only assume is the ex-husband. A strange video, but it's whatever, right? Why am I showing you Ian Garry's ass cheeks, you may be asking? Well, because the son, Ian Garry's stepson, is also in the video trying to mimic them. At no point in the video does either Ian Garry, Layla, or the ex-husband tell him to stop. And this video was still posted online. Speaking of Layla Machado, Ian Garry's wife, and yes, Machado is the last name of the ex-husband, she has also shown poor parenting skills. Now, back when Ian Garry and Buckley were beefing, Buckley had pulled up to Ian Garry's weigh-in, and in the crowd, he was trying to move up, trying to get closer, only for Layla to block him. And what did she use to block him? She had used her child. She had moved the kid in front of Buckley to stop him from moving up.
What up, y'all? Y'all know I had to pull up on Ian Garry at the weigh-in for talking all that mess in this little interview. So I wait till he get done. I'm waiting patient. As soon as I pull up, boom, she bumped right into me. She gonna use the baby as a shield, pass him off to him. So I'm like, all right, I'll let you have that one. But as soon as I'm about to turn around, she comes over to me, caress my arm, and say, I'm gonna see you later on tonight. Girl, what the fuck that mean? I'm trying to see him, not you.
Now, thankfully, Buckley is a cool dude and understood he needed to chill. But that is so irresponsible as a mother. She has never met this man in her life. She knows nothing about him. All she knows is that he's a UFC fighter. Which, let's be for real, are either chill as fuck or absolutely mentally deranged. Not to mention, she knows this man hates her husband and this boy's father. This could have gone severely worse. She put her child into that situation. I just find everything I've discussed so far both tragic for the children, but also very ironic, because if you followed the sport for a while now, you probably remember Ian Garry's build-up with Neil Magny, who, during the build-up to their fight, jokingly said to the media that he was gonna whoop Ian Garry like he was his child. Obviously a joke. He's saying he's gonna punk him, right? Ian Garry took that and ran with it. He, for the whole build-up, claimed and painted this narrative that Neil Magny was an abusive father who beat his children. Keep in mind, Neil Magny at the time was battling for custody of his child while all these headlines were being pumped out.
It was a lot bigger than just selling a pay-per-view, selling a fight or that kind of thing. It was literally like my children's relationship was at stake at that point.
And the thing is, Ian Garry himself didn't even believe his narrative. He called the comment Magny made gold.
Magny gave me gold. It's like someone handing you a gold bang on here. Yeah, don't drop it. It's like, obviously not. I'm going to use this.
Now, I want you guys to comment below and help me out here. I want you to tell me who you believe is the worst parent here. Let's see. Neil Magny, who believes in disciplining a child when they've been bad, or Ian Garry and Layla, who post their child naked constantly online to millions of random people, try and make their kid face off with another fighter's kid, encourage their child to shake ass for a video, and use their children to stop a UFC fighter from attacking their father. Speaking on the Neil Magny situation, Ian Garry recently did a podcast that's very popular at the moment where he spoke on the situation. In this interview, he said a few things like how he cries at Disney movies, which, hey, personally, I don't think that's too crazy, and that he believes women should rule the world.
Should look at his wife and know that that's the person I need to listen to. Like, if the world was run by women, we'd all live in a better world. Like, it would all be simpler and easier. That's the fact of the matter, whether you want to agree with it or not, or you think whatever it is. If women ruled the world and we just listened to them and let them take over, it would be an easier world.
I mean, to be fair, it's very clear his world is run by a woman. But onto the Neil Magny comments, he said this.
So I fought a guy called Neil Magny. Now, Neil Magny his nickname is the Haitian Sensation, and he is a black man in America, right? That's important to the story, because I believe a lot of the comments I got were from people in the black community explaining how this is part of the culture. Now, listen, I was smacked and hit as a kid. It was part of my upbringing too. Do you know what I mean? I'm sure a lot of the older people in England and Ireland, it was a part of their lifestyle too. Whippings and things at school were still a thing. So it's not like it hasn't happened to me. It has happened to me. If I can change anything in my life, that I definitely don't want. I'm 28 years of age. I still remember the wooden spoon being smacked across my hands. I remember turning to my dad and going, it doesn't hurt anymore. I'm used to it. Turn it over. Shouldn't have kept your mouth shut, Ian. I feel like what we learn from our generation, we need to make changes to be better.
And if you know Ian Garry, you know he loves the black community so much, he's often claimed he wants to be a black man.
Layla, in my dreams, what am I?
You're on your way.
All I know is, if I could have that extra 3% athleticism, right? And that beautiful fucking skin that when I get sweaty, I look like I'm covered in crystals. I'm like, shit, I would be money. Money. There wouldn't be a better athlete alive.
The kid's not wrong. They had to slow you down something.
Except they made me white. God was sat there like that going, right. He's got it all. Let's make him white. That's it.
Yo, bro, look, bro.
Back to Ian Garry and how he talks about the situation with Neil Magny. You would imagine he's had it hard. I mean, he's described his childhood as being rough. He used to get beatings too. He understands the struggle. He's been properly belted as a child. He's lived a hard childhood. If you ask me, his father should be in prison for treating him so harshly, right? Well, no. Say hello to Ian Garry's brother. And yes, that is his brother. He recently commented on this video, calling Ian Garry out on his lies, saying that they had actually had a really good and supportive childhood. Both their parents had supported them, and that Ian Garry's been treating them very bad, saying things like he had missed his grandfather's funeral, had never paid him back on all the money they spent to support his career, and this weird, scummy way he treats people extends far beyond his family life. We also have his long history of just poor gym etiquette and all the drama. I mean, let's just start with his old boxing club where he himself admits he just bailed on them.
It happened to me in my old boxing club. There was a clique between me and all the lads. When I went back after being injured, I broke my arm in hurling. It wasn't the same clique and I didn't enjoy it as much.
Not the same clique, he says. I wonder if that's actually the case or if it's something deeper. Then we had him being kicked out of his gym, Team KF, in 2021, just 10 days before his Cage Warriors fight, for repeated behavior problems. I mean, it truly makes you wonder what exactly happened for them to not even tolerate him long enough until fight day. Then, fast forward to 2022, Gilbert Burns' psychologist told Ian Garry to stay away from him because his energy was agitating him. Is that not fucking insane?
Me and Gilbert were backstage. He's looking at me. I'm like fucking squeezing my opponent's arse, like rubbing the back of his shoulders, asking him how he is. He's like, man, you're fucking crazy. He's like, if I was your opponent, I'd tell you to fuck off. I was like, yeah, I just annoy you, mate. So we get back to the hotel, and about an hour later, his wife comes into my wife and says, Layla, I understand we were all going for dinner, but yeah, Gilbert's psychologist doesn't think it's a good idea to be around Ian Garry because he's just too much energy.
Then we have Team Renegade, Leon Edwards' gym. They kicked Ian Garry out, saying Ian Garry was never on time. He always had the camera out. Then we have when he betrayed Cliff FC, another large gym that has a lot of UFC fighters in it. After he accepted a fight with Vicente Luque, a lot of them said he betrayed the gym, saying he chose money over loyalty. During his time at this gym, Ian Garry had trained with Shavkat, and Shavkat himself said he gave permission to film, but not to post. Then later, when the two were matched up together, of course, Ian Garry posted the footage without permission. We also have to talk about how Ian Garry, despite losing to Shavkat, openly gloats about the fact that he may be the reason Shavkat will never be able to fight again due to injuries. Then most recently, we had his drama with up-and-comer Alexei Pragan, where someone had posted a clip of Alexei taking Ian down in sparring, and in reaction to this, Ian badmouthed Alexei and accused him of secretly filming without consent. Although Alexei made it quite clear that wasn't the case at all.
Yeah, so this guy lied about me and said I was secretly recording him, and he asked me not to the whole sparring session. I'm gonna go ahead and upload the raw footage.
And Garry scheduled to fight Islam Makhachev. You took him down and you posted it, so what's the story?
He hit me up one night and was like, hey, let's go spar. You know, I came out, helped him get ready for his fight. It was like in 2 weeks. My fiance, she asked, she was like, hey, is it okay if I record? There wasn't a single hint of them being uncomfortable of us being there and recording. I was posting clips, just post him beating me up and whatever. And then in the very end, I posted me taking him down. And it was the entire sparring session was just him beating my ass, basically. He was a lot better than me, especially back then, than me taking him down at the end. And that's literally how the sparring ended. No one had an issue with it. Ali Abdulaziz, the manager of Islam Makhachev, he clips it up, posts it on his Twitter as soon as the fight gets announced.
People were looking at the takedown saying, oh, if you're getting taken down here, how are you going to beat Makhachev?
Exactly. And he's like, oh man, if this kid basically is taking him down, man, it's gonna be a good night for us. I look on my Instagram, he then replies with a comment. He was there secretly recording me the whole time. We asked him multiple times to stop and he did not stop recording. And I was like, so why would you lie about that?
Speaking of fighters, we also have to talk about how he has treated his opponents over the years, such as posting Song Kanan's damaged face after his victory over him, people finding it a bit distasteful. Then we had when he wore a Jeff Neal mugshot t-shirt, the mugshot being from when Magny had been been arrested for driving while intoxicated. Now, me personally, I think that's a bit deserved. Then, as previously said, the Magny stuff, the shav-cut, gloating, just very scummy shit to do. Now, we can't make an Ian Garry video without, of course, mentioning the main drama surrounding his name. Ian Garry is a cuck. And to talk about that, we also have to talk about his wife, Layla. Now, Layla alone has her own list of dirty laundry, such as famously writing the book, How to Be a Wag, which, if you don't know, that's someone who stalks an athlete to become their wife or girlfriend in order to become famous themselves. And it is safe to say she is a master wag. Screenshots have resurfaced of her in other athletes' DMs that show she had been trying this for a while before she met Ian Garry. We also have to mention how much older she is than Ian Garry. I mean, there is a 14-year age gap. And let's not forget, of course, her history of just publicly humiliating Ian Garry, such as saying he was only meant to be a one-night stand.
Interesting. See, I'm one of those girls who's terrible at being single. That's the first thing. I end up in a relationship when I didn't want to, right? This was meant to be a one-night stand. That's not very well at all, right? This was meant to be a one-night stand. That was the agreement. We've never left.
And of course, this video where Ian Garry is trying to apologize to her for some reason, only to be publicly recorded, humiliated, and posted onto her socials. And of course, we gotta mention she somehow convinced Ian Garry that having her ex-husband live with them is perfectly fine. I mean, this succubus is a visionary, a mastermind. We are talking Darth Sidious levels of grooming here. We also have to talk about Ian Garry's very strange relationship with Conor McGregor. I mean, he says he's the protege of Conor McGregor. Conor McGregor calls him a Brazilian, acts like he doesn't know him. It's very interesting. I mean, the two have literally eaten dinner together. Speaking of them eating dinner together, we have to talk about this photo right here. I love this photo. You can tell Conor McGregor is so fucking happy someone brought out their phone. He knows exactly what people were gonna say, rightfully so, because why is Ian Garry's wife sitting next to Conor McGregor while he's sitting on the other end? They're not even opposite each other. Some other dude's opposite his wife, while Conor McGregor is next to his wife. What is this seating arrangement? I mean, Conor McGregor is wearing the short shorts, eating a fat ass steak, while Ian Garry's just in the corner drinking pea soup. I mean, it looks like she's literally about to give Conor McGregor a top. Am I reaching? All I can say is the one time I'm rooting for Islam Makhachev, he better not lose. Now, if you guys like this video, please subscribe, like the video, comment your thoughts, and yeah, I'll catch you later.